Good morning, everybody. It's time for another Wednesday with Kitty. Kitty's tired today, so sorry if I seem somewhat lackluster. This week we will be talking about support and networking. That's real easy for me to answer about myself. I have no support, I have no network, but I'm okay with that. I don't really want one. I don't feel like I need one. I mean, obviously there's the YouTube community, but I'm not quite as involved in that as I perhaps should be, or could be. Other than that, I mean, my family is supportive, but they're not involved. They don't really know, but they don't have a problem. I mean, they don't know, the process and everything, but, my mom and my stepfather, they don't have a problem. They're respectful and everything. My friends know. They're not involved in the process. They don't know what's going on, really, but they know about the fact that Aiden's transgendered, and they're okay with that. Other than YouTube, I do not participate in any online communities or forums. In what ways specifically do I support Aiden with regards to his transition or trans identity? I try to be respectful. I use male pronouns. I use his male name. Whenever I talk about him when he's not there, I say my husband. I try to make sure that if it's possible in any way that he can get the things he needs to help him with his transition. Like, I try to make sure that he can get himself a binder and a packer and various and assorted other things. I make sure he's got his tea, and I give him the shot every week. And I let him know that I love him no matter what. If he decided to stop transition today, that's okay. I love him anyway. I might be getting off topic here, I'm not sure, but that's about it on that, I think. In what ways have I supported him in the past concerning his trans identity? Well, I didn't flip out when he told me he was trans. I don't know what else to say about that. Alright, now let's talk about him. Where does he go for support? He is in a bunch of online communities, Yahoo groups. I'm not sure which ones. There are a bunch. And he's in probably at least half a dozen, I think. I don't read his emails, so I'm not really sure. Excuse me, that's so rude. Other than that, he's very involved in YouTube. He has a lot of subscribers. He subscribes to a lot of people. I know he sends messages back and forth with some of them, sometimes personal messages, so it's not just a name, a face. He actually knows these people to some extent. Where does he go for support? To actual people, not that YouTube people aren't people, but you know what I mean. Well, he comes to me, I think. I feel like he does. I hope he knows that I support him. His family? No, that's not even an option. His one sister is, pretty reasonable. Sorry, I'm now squashing a bug. His one sister's pretty reasonable, but he doesn't talk to his brother at all. His other sister is unreasonable, and his parents are downright hateful. Friends, I'm not sure he talks to his friends that much about transition. So I don't know that he really is looking for support from them. I should probably know that, and I don't. How does he support me with regards to his trans identity and or transition? I don't want to say he doesn't, but I don't really know how to answer that. How does he support me? He listens to me. If I have concerns, and I watched this video by Calpurnia Adams, and it was this list of questions never to ask a trans person. And every so often I'll turn around to him and be like, I learned from Calpurnia that I should never ask this, but, and he's like, or I'll say, hey, can I ask you a question without you getting upset, or I don't want to be offensive, but I was wondering, stuff like that. And he's real understanding. He's very patient with my questions and concerns and things like that. And the last one, the big one, Some say it's better for trans guys to be single during their transition. How do you feel about this statement? Agree or disagree? In other words, how important is the support you provide? I think it depends on the situation and the partner in question as to whether or not it's better for trans guys to be single. If you're with someone who genuinely loves you for who you are, not what body you're in, if you're with somebody who will continue to love you and support you no matter what, then yes, that's very valuable. That's valuable in any relationship, whether one person's going through a transition or not. If, on the other hand, well, okay, there's going to be 3 hands here. If, on the second hand, you're with someone who's basically neutral, then I don't think it really matters. Take it or leave it, whatever. They don't care, they're not interested, but they're not hateful about it either, whatever. So that, I don't think that would matter. On the third hand, though, if you're with somebody who is nice to your face, who is supportive to your face, who makes a good effort and says, "Oh yeah, this is great, good for you," to your face, and then calls her friends and says, "Oh, I don't think I can deal with this. I think I'm going to have to leave my partner because I just can't handle this, and it's all about me, 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 me." Yeah, if you're a trans guy and you're with somebody like that, you probably would be better off being single. A lot better off being single. So, again, it depends on the situation, depends on the person. I think if you were with someone like that last example, I think that would be really stressful. Because eventually, I mean, even if you think everything's fine, there's still going to be some underlying tension there as your partner is basically lying to you. And when you do find out eventually what she's saying behind your back, that's going to be a major... That bug is not dead. That's going to be a major source of stress. And, you know, potentially losing that relationship. Dude, you're transitioning. You got enough stress. Leave her while the getting's good. My personal advice. No, I guess I shouldn't say that. I was gonna put a name in there, but I guess I really shouldn't do that, huh? I was asking Aiden for his opinion, and he's not giving it to me. He's just playing with a bag on the couch. So, anyway, that's what I have to say about that, and I doubt that the person I'm speaking of in that example is watching, but if he is, I hope he knows that I'm speaking about him. And other than that, I don't have anything else to say, so I'm going to stop for today. Hope you enjoyed my 7-minute and 50-some-odd second long video. Have a good day. Goodbye. Oh, see you next week. Bye.